can you explain me that system task a little bit in detail, sir? Or can you re-explain that one? I'm not clear that part.
Sure, sure. Okay. I'll open this screenshot and I'll explain you. So,
Yeah.
okay. So here, if you see, right, this application submission will be done by customers. So before
Uh,
the application screen get loads, so we need something like we are initializing the variables, right? So we need to initialize the variable. We we need to go and hit the database and we need to get the details, right? So get the detail means customer login detail we need to get. Example, we have some drop down need to be loaded at the screen level. So those details we need to get from the database, or we have to go and hit like example you are initiating from the net banking system. In that case, we have to get the customer information from the external system, right? From the core banking system, we need to get the details. So how these many steps will be executed? So these many steps or tasks need to be executed by some person, right? So some person means which need to be done automatically. So system has to do this kind of activity before uh, before this application get loaded, right?
yes, yes. Okay.
Okay. So those are like automatically system will perform. System what it will do? System will perform some task and he will go and hit the database and he get the detail. That is a system task. So such activity will comes under the system task. But when you go for robotic task, right? Robotic task is out of our BPM. So we are going out of BPM and we are executing the task and we are coming back to the BPM. That is RPA task is completely different, which is out of BPM will be executed. But the system task will be executed within the BPM. So within the BPM is nothing but I'll tell you. Um, I'll drag and drop one system task. So here, so I'll create one system task, which is initialize create application details. Okay. So this task is got created. So if you see here, so I'll write out my own logic here. So what I can do, I can write here. I can write the initialize the all the variables which are flowing throughout the process, or I can use this database service. Inside this, what I will do, I'll use one linked service, sync service, and that linked service, what it will do, it will call the APIs and it will get the detail. Or I can write something like system task where I'll go and hit the database and get the detail. So all those logics I can write inside the system task. Okay. So what happens? So this task will be executed automatically by the system. So who will complete this task? There is a D admin or TW admin. He will be completing this task. Complete is nothing but system will complete this task. And when once this task is get completed, there some data will be pulled, and that data will be passed to the customer screen. So it's example, it's a UI step.
Okay. Got it, sir.
It's understanding, right? Whatever
Yes.
logics we are writing, that logic need to be executed by system automatically before the screen get loads. Those logic where we will be writing, will be writing under the system task and will be keeping under system task. So those logic will be executed automatically. Then the screen will be get loaded. You're understanding, or it's
Yes,
you
sir.
want some more example?
I'm understanding completely, sir.
Okay. So I'll give you one more example. So we need to uh, their example before this operation screen gets generated, right? So once a customer submits the form, then there are some condition we need to check. Okay, if example the customer account balance is 1 lakh rupees, then you go and assign directly to the manager account. And if example if customer account balance is something like less than 1 lakh, or then in that case you need to assign this task to operation. So where you can write that logic. So you have to write that logic, like in between that, you have to create some system task here. So in the system task, you will be writing all those logics, and then based upon that, you will be generating the operation task. Okay, this is simple example. Either you can use a system task or you can as a script task. Both are will be executed by your PW admin, which is automatically will be executed. If the logics are more, then you have to use a system task. You create a service flow, and inside that you have to write all the logics. So if it's very logics are very straightforward, simple, then you can use a script
If
task.
complicated, then we have to use the decision task, right?
Decision task.
Okay.
Complicated means business logic. You want to maintain
Y-
the business logics. In
Yeah.
that case, you can use the decision task. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. For integration component, example, you have integrations. You have a example. You have web integrations, or you need to do some calculations or anything logic you need to write, or you want to hit the database. So in that case, you will be writing service flows, and inside the service flows, those service flow you will attach to the system task. So you will select the system task. Here you will be attaching this service flow. These all are the service flows which are created. Those service flows you will attach it. So those service flow, what it will do, those are system tasks, right, which will be executed, and then after that, post that, it will get some data output, because there will be some output data will be generated. That data will be passing to the user task,
And
or
that
you can
services are nothing but a process again, right, sir? Those are actually built-in processes, but they are were converted into services, right? So that they can be used again and again, right, sir?
service
When
flows.
you
Yes, service
yes,
flows will
when
be
you are teaching me
created.
the artifacts, yes, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So inside this service flows, we have service
all
flows.
this,
We have this service.
yeah,
Inside this
yes,
service flow, we'll be building all those logics, and we'll be using those service flows here,
yes.
because those will be executed automatically, right?
Hmm,
So,
hmm, hmm,
for
hmm,
example, you want to send a notifications email.
hmm,
Once the process is completed, then you need to notify the customer. Normally, manually, user won't notify, right? So system has to
hmm.
notify. For
Yeah.
that, what we'll do, we'll use a system task, and inside the system task, I'll create like one service flow, notify customer. Okay,
Hmm,
inside that service flow, I'll write all the logic. To address
hmm,
email, I'll take, from email address, I'll take, and body I need to generate. Then integration I'll do to
hmm,
send a
hmm.
notification. Everything logic I'll be write inside the service flow.
And
That
then
service
call
flow
that
I'll attach
service
here.
flow here and yeah.
Here,
Okay,
yeah, yeah, here, and
got it.